So now, people was pissed about it. I wasn't gonna watch the movie because I'm like, why would I not go and watch my own erasure? I've divested from watching my own erasure. If you're gonna replace dark-skinned women and then gaslight us and tell us that that she's oak brown and I know it, I've never seen a yellow oak tree in my life, and gaslight us and say, we're all black, like blackness comes in all shades, even though it's like not the issue in the first 50 chapters, the first 50 pages of the book. You're mentioning colorism because that was something that you were affected by, but because you're also indoctrinated into like desiring biracialness and wanting that as representation, you were happy to replace her. You were happy with losing the integrity of your book to have a big star actress like Amandla. And now the tables have turned.
Sometimes it don't make no sense. Does it really have to? There is nothing I can say.
Hi y'all, welcome to Mayawa's World. My name is Mayawa, and on my platform I talk about colorism, featureism, texturism. Y'all, tomorrow is my birthday. I am so excited. I am in a really good place right now in my life. I am living where I want to live. I'm doing things I actually love to do. I'm genuinely living, which is why I'm slightly slower with making videos and getting back, because I've moved into my new place. I've spent a lot of time pouring into this new place, and what else? And yeah, but I am coming back. I'm slowly coming back. I'm considering watching Love Island because y'all keep writing me about Love Island. But what y'all mean? There's 29 seasons or 29 episodes that I've already missed. So I might watch Love Island this weekend. Let me know if y'all want me to watch it and do reviews on that. But y'all, for my birthday, I am almost at 100,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you're new here, subscribe. If you're not new here, but you're somehow here, subscribe. And if you really want to bless me, just run my videos up. Help me run a coin up. Just play my videos on the toilet, play my videos at the mall, play my videos at the beach, play my video. Just stream the videos. Stream the videos. And if you want to bless me financially, I'll appreciate that as well. But anything, genuinely, just the fact that y'all are watching my videos, I feel very appreciative. And unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get this video out before my birthday because my computer stopped charging. So I had to now send it to somebody. Hopefully they can fix it. But the video is coming. Videos are coming. Okay, y'all. So the rooster has come home to roost. I don't know if that's the expression. Let's talk about children of blood and bones and how I think that this is really karma for colorism. Right? K for C. But it should be K for K to be cute. I don't know if y'all saw, but I checked on Tomi's Instagram on TikTok, and she posted this video. So as you can see in the video, it shows that she has blocked Amandla, and she is telling people she is saying that she no longer has control of her movie. It's almost as if her movie is in someone else's hands and she doesn't, she's lost control. And I just think this is so ironic. Tomi's issue from the video she posted is that she feels as if the integrity of the book has been compromised because now it is in someone else's hands and she did not want that. But when we were saying that the integrity of the book was originally compromised because you didn't want to listen to people talking about colorism, because you didn't want to listen to Nigerians in Nigeria talking about their issues with the book and how the movie should be made, you didn't care about the integrity then. Now that it's the integrity of what you wanted, of your own desires, that's when everyone should be caring for the integrity. And this past week, a release date was put out for the movie Children in Blood and Bones. And so I want to give my critiques on the images I've seen. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, when it comes to the styling, it feels very Wakanda Forever to me. It feels like reheated nachos. I feel like when I think about Yoruba textile and the diversity of Yoruba fashion designers, from these 4 images or couple images I've seen, I'm not really that moved by it. And also another thing that I noticed, which I'll talk about more in this video, is they look like they tanned Amandla a lot. And it's y'all would rather tan a mixed race biracial girl than to actually work with a dark skinned actress. And that's just really beyond me. Yeah, and I think also too, when it comes to looking at images of Zelly, I noticed that they used a looser hair texture. I think I expected there to be more 4C representation because this is supposed to be a traditional look. But once again, this is Hollywood. Am I surprised that the men can have 4C hair? But the women, there's actually no woman with like short 4C hair out. They all, or from what I'm seeing, it's like braids or like looser hair texture. No, I'm not surprised. Yeah, so it was my first time seeing fantasy, so I really enjoyed the book when I read it. I think I would have a different feeling about it now, but at the time, I really enjoyed the book. So within the first 50 pages, colorism and issues around being dark-skinned is mentioned many times. Like, you can tell, and that's what really captured me into the book, because this was the first time I was reading a book that really addressed colorism head-on. There was discussions around having like a light-skinned mother and being dark-skinned. There was discussions around being dark-skinned and what that means and how people treat you. There was a lot of discussion around colorism within the first 50 pages of the book. So keep that in mind, right? A lot of the people who really liked Children in Blood and Bones were people who were like also affected by colorism. And the story is set in Nigeria, and it deals with mythology of Ifa, which is a Yoruba spiritual practice. Although this book was set in Nigeria, there were very strange things happening in this book that didn't make sense to Nigerians. Take, for example, the fact that one of the main characters' name is Zeli, which starts with a Z, and in the Yoruba alphabet, there is no Z. Another one, I think it was snowing at one point. Just kind of like some, just not really continuous things. I think there was also some issues with the translation of Yoruba. So that is also another issue within the book. But despite, I think a lot of people wanted to see her win, a lot of people were excited about this having a movie adaptation. She put out a casting call to have Nigerians in the movie, so a lot of Nigerians are really excited.
We are having an open call for casting as well. So that's something people should be on the lookout for, and like stay tuned to my socials, because we want everyone to submit. So we're looking in Hollywood, we're looking like in Nigeria, we're really casting a broad net to bring the team together, to bring this entire franchise to life for this new generation to grow up seeing Zaylee on the cover, seeing #1, about to see herself in billboards and on the covers and on the movie screens and then the merchandise. I'm like,
and following this controversy with Tomi, there was an interview done by Gina, who was the director of the film. And she said that when she found out she was doing the movie, she said she reached out personally to Lashana, Regina, Viola, Chiwetel, Cynthia, and Idris. And then she also said that she immediately knew that Thuso was going to be Zeli. And so Thuso is an actress of South African descent. And so in my mind, I'm like, what was the point of saying you're going to have an open casting call when literally all the main characters had already been decided? So why did y'all say you were going to have it open to Nigerians when none of the characters, like, you didn't find it to be important that the two main characters were of Nigerian descent? And I also want to mention that Cynthia and Idris are of Nigerian descent, but I mean, none of them are from Nigeria. Like, there's a different lived reality of being a Nigerian from the diaspora versus a Nigerian who is Nigeria, only has access to Nigerian passport. Like, it is going to be harder for them. So this would have been a more crucial role to really bring out a Nigerian star for this film. Because we're like, wow, this is going to be a chance for a young Nigerian actress to finally get their breakout movie, especially one that discusses colorism. Like, this was going to be our, like, Harry Potter. Do you know what I mean? Like, our moment of like, oh my God, like, we get to see representation. And guess who our dark skin representation was? Amandla, who is the Scarlett Johansson of Black people. She's going to take every dark skin role because in her mind, she is a dark skinned woman. And Amandla is a biracial girl. She is half African American, half white. And she took this role confidently. And Tomi hired her for this role confidently. They were both very proud of their decisions. And you know what I think is the funny part about this? In the book, it talks about how her light-skinned mother makes her feel terrible about the fact that she is dark-skinned. And the person who's playing the light-skinned mother is Regina King. So you want me to think that Regina King is shaming Amandla for being dark-skinned? Make it make sense. Mind you, the brother is Damson, a dark-skinned man. So the men can be dark-skinned because society loves to see that. Hollywood loves a good colorist pairing. They love a dark-skinned man with a biracial woman. They love that. They think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. And that is also rooted in why colorism is a very much so thing that is gendered. Because people think dark skin is masculine and light skin is feminine. So dark skin, it makes sense for Damson to be the guy because y'all see him as a dark skin representation, and Amandla to be our dark skin representation because y'all hate dark skin women. Y'all are allergic to dark skin women in Hollywood. So people were really upset. I was very upset about this. And I made a video about it some months ago, some years ago, if you want to watch it, like last year. So when people were complaining about this, Amandla wanted to go and open her rubbish goat mouth and make one of the most ridiculous videos I've ever seen, where she said that there was some image she saw online and it looked like her, and she made a face like this.
First thing that I did was look up a picture of the character. This was the first thing that I saw on the Wikipedia page. And I said, hold up.
Because she thought she was eating. Nobody thought of that main character in that image. We all knew that it was a dark-skinned person. Her complexion was compared to oak. And another thing that pissed me off is then she made a follow-up and she's talking about oh yeah, well, when I hear oak, I thought that was close to my complexion.
She's also described as having oak brown skin. And in descriptions of characters with oak brown skin stands out against the darker chestnut and mahogany hues of the villagers. So I felt like I could read myself in that language.
And then it said she was medium dark, and Amandla was like, pantomime, I am medium dark.
And then this is how Star is described in the book, as having medium brown complexion. So if you were to Pantone color chart it and say that's the shade that Star should be, I would probably honestly take a gander somewhere in between this complexion and this complexion.
She found some way to gaslight it, and then she wanted to go and backlight the video, make it in a room where she's backlit so she looks darker. We know you're a real shade, sister. We know you're a real shade. You're a phony. And you're trying to act like we don't know that you're not dark skinned and you have a white dad. Like, what are you talking about? And so it was just like even more of a slap in the face. And Amandla said that Tomi said that she wanted her to play it off of Hunger Games or whatever. And on top of that, Tomi then went and doubled down about why she chose Amandla for that role and how important that was for her. And then when the Nigerians were in the comments writing about how unfair this is, because what it seemed like is they didn't, even though they had that Nigerian casting, the people who were all picked were like pretty much here in America. Is they have a South African girl, they have Amandla, they have Damson, who is Nigerian, but so the main characters were not Nigerian, from Nigeria, right? And so it was like, why did y'all have this casting where y'all had Nigerians excited that they could be in this movie, right? Y'all could have had patience. Y'all could have had patience in this movie. Y'all could have had a lot of people in this movie. Instead of y'all having those people in those movies, you wanted to now go and, just kind of say that you're going to have them as a background, as they're going to be background actors. That's even more degrading. Y'all have dark-skinned Nigerians being background actors, and you have a main character like Amandla, a biracial person, who has biracial privilege, and the fact that her color is always going to be loved and desired within blackness. She's not going to experience the same kind of oppression of being a fully black person or being dark-skinned in society, and that's who's supposed to be our dark-skinned representation? You did crazy. You did mad. Right? It doesn't make any sense. So now, people was pissed about it. I wasn't going to watch the movie. Because I'm like, why would I not go and watch my own erasure? I've divested from watching my own erasure. If you're going to replace dark-skinned women and then gaslight us and tell us that that she's oak brown, and I know it, I've never seen a yellow oak tree in my life, and gaslight us and say, we're all black, blackness comes in all shades, even though it's not the issue in the first 50 chapters, the first 50 pages of the book. You're mentioning colorism because that was something that you were affected by, but because you're also indoctrinated into desiring biracialness and wanting that as representation, you were happy to replace her. You were happy with losing the integrity of your book to have a big star actress like Amandla. And now the tables have turned, and now she's upset you. She's done something to you. We don't even know what she's done because you didn't give no context, girl. You just put a little screenshot and it said blocked, honey. You gave us no context. We have no clues, and we're supposed to be shocked that she blocked you. The integrity was compromised from the beginning, when you didn't want to listen to the Nigerians who were giving you feedback, and when you were girl bossing your way and saying, oh, well, I have a bestseller, da, 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 da. When you were doing all of that, everything was fine. It was okay. You didn't mind it because you were girl bossing. You yourself, you were doing well. You were not thinking about the collective. You're not thinking about how we would feel. And now, things have gone south. You don't want us to watch the movie. You don't want us to see the movie. Sister, and this is the kind of thing, it's you really have to have a politic around colorism and analyze how it affects you. Because something I noticed as well was with Amandla, when she played in the movie The Hate You Give, where she also stole another role from a dark-skinned actress, she said that the person who picked her was the woman who wrote the book, and the woman was like, I want you. And it makes sense that black women and dark-skinned women would want biracial people to play them. This is not the first time. Simone Biles said she wanted Zendaya to play her. You know, so it's not, black women are indoctrinated to want to be erased by biracial people. You have to do the work to not want that to happen. You have to do the work to understand how important it is to have your image, your reality represented. God forbid a white woman plays me in my biopic. God forbid a biracial woman plays me in my biopic, because being dark skinned, being black is a really big part of my identity. You can't erase that. And those things are integrity. Those things are integral. The Nigerian, working within Ifa, and then you're not listening to people who are Yoruba telling you that this is wrong or that you're not representing this correctly, that's integral. So the integrity was never there. The integrity was never, so now the integrity has been taken from you the same way you took it from us. Sister girl, the same way that the integrity was gone for you is gone for us. We all don't have integrity. The book, and you know, it's just like, I don't want to like add salt to wound or whatever, because like I know that for her, she's probably like gagged and gooped. But I just really hope that once again, this is an opportunity for her to really sit down and analyze the times in which she failed and address that, not just post a little screenshot of us knowing that you blocked Amandla. Girl, we all blocked Amandla. You know, that's not prolific. What would have been more important is if she had addressed those things, if she had spoken about the breakdown of the film, if she had spoken about what had driven her to not want to listen to the people who were actually complaining about the issues of the book. Let me know what y'all think. Anytime I do these little book reviews, anytime I talk about this book, I always like to look mystical, because I just feel like it's so fun. You know what I mean? To just get into like your little fantasy bag. Even though she failed us in the fantasy, I'm gonna give y'all the fantasy that you're desiring. Get into the look. I got this in Ghana, and it's so pretty. The yellow, the cowries is giving Oshun. Yes, and then and then into the blue. I know it's like blue instead of yellow, but you know, aquatic. I'm always gonna give aquatic. So yes, if you made it to the end, tell me what you like about the look. Wish me happy birthday, stream my videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.